And we are back. And everything is copacetic.
Copacetic. Copacetic. Copacetic.
I've decided to call this adventure Book Things.
Book Things. All right.
Nice.
No one knows what they are.
Because no one knows what they are.
But they involve books.
Right. There's a lot of them, but
we leave that guy alive. We leave that guy alive. We need to start a discussion about deadlines and stories and that kind of stuff while we're in his presence.
Oh,
just to further that ink rake thing.
I occasionally still pick up take out my glove and rub it on little things.
That is true.
Okay. So you guys are in the occulty room.
Yes.
There are quite a number of objects in here. A lot of them are, placed in cupboards, locked away, but there are some like tome type things that certainly look fancy and probably contain spells. Who knows?
What? What are those?
I guess the proper term would be rituals, but yeah,
doing some hoodoo up in here.
That's right. So anybody want to give me some sort of attune roll to try to locate the heart? Is that possible for anyone?
What about a survey roll?
Survey could work.
What would be the devil's bargain?
Survey does kind of make sense.
Well, the devil's bargain would probably be that you find another object that's real bad. Like some sort of cursed object that you touch, and you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, we shouldn't have done that.
Right. That sort of thing.
That sounds bad. So I actually have survey. Sounds like Timothy does too.
Okay. Survey works for me. Do you want to do a group action, the two of you, or help each other, or how do you want to do that?
Well, again, my stress situation makes it so he would have to support me.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty high too. I'm not into trauma level yet, but I'm on up there.
Okay.
Actually, if you want to go ahead and do it, I can help you.
Okay. What's your survey at? Let me check before we do this.
Just one.
It's just one. All right, same as mine then.
So it's 1 stress to help.
Is this controlled?
It will be controlled. Standard.
Okay.
6. Very
Boom.
nice.
Nice.
You guys continue your winning streak.
Hopefully this isn't a pattern. As far as like one mission is amazing, the next mission we can just bumble through like the Three Stooges.
Oh no!
Or the Two Stooges, as the case may be.
You don't ever bumble. It's that circumstances were arrayed against you.
True.
Okay, so you rolled well on survey. So there does not seem to be anything in here that
matches that description.
There's nothing heart-shaped. There's nothing sort of black lumpy shape. There's nothing...
Nothing that looks like it might have been an organ at one point.
Right. There's just nothing of that nature.
Nothing floating in its own juices?
No. Nothing's floating in its own juices. There's no like big containers that you can't see into.
Okay.
Have we checked the locked areas as well, or just the?
So these are like glass cases, so you can see what's. I mean, some of them are locked.
Okay.
But you can still see what's behind the glass. But someone comes in the room behind you.
spin around.
Oh no!
It's Elstera Avrathi. And she is
I've got a gun pointed at her because that's just what I'm doing.
and she is accompanied by 3 red sashes.
Sweet.
3.
Well, I was not expecting that part of it. I was assuming he didn't want to be here either. Well, that was an assumption on my part.
I knew she was friends with the red sashes.
I did not know that. I would have just killed him.
So yeah, she's standing in the doorway, and she's just like, what have you come for? She says that, she's got a pretty thick Aruvian accent. I won't do it because I'll sound racist. But,
They're Persian?
Yeah. And she's, based on Shoresh Ashdagalu. So.
No, her, obviously.
Yeah.
Who's that? Right. You told me. Yeah.
Yeah, from The Expanse.
From The Expanse, the diplomat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, it's much more like, what did you come here for? Because she is the Michael Wincott of females.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, yeah.
So,
well,
I'm sent to retrieve the heart of Kotor.
Well, at this part, I'm waiting for our talker. Yeah. Danny's the talker. Timothy is the talker.
So Pendrin sent you.
Indeed. We didn't manage to turn it up.
No, that's because it doesn't exist, foolish boy. But I let everyone in the path know that I had certain artifacts and was just curious who would send someone first.
Well,
I will be sure to return your bodies to him so that he is aware that he has failed. She kind of motions, and the red sashes sort of...
Are there any windows in this room?
There, unfortunately, are not any windows. You don't put windows in your secret occult room. It couldn't be occultic with windows.
No, I assumed there weren't, but I thought I'd check.
Yeah, I mean, occult room, you don't have windows. And in fact, the room, the office, like that you came in here, it also does not have windows.
What's the most expensive looking relic here?
Ooh. Well, there's this really cool crystal thing sitting on a dais, I guess.
Okay.
It looks expensive.
Perhaps
I'm going to pick the crystal thing up and chuck it at one of the red sash's heads.
Oh.
Okay.
So the talking phase is over?
Yeah. We have officially gone past the talking phase.
All righty.
Once she talked about our bodies being sent back to Penderin and Red Sash just moved in.
I was going to see if maybe she could find some other use for us as, like, working for Penderin and working for her.
Danny, I'm sorry, Timothy. We will continue that. First, we got to show incompetence on their side.
Okay.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Would you like to make a roll?
I would. All right.
You're checking out one of the red sashes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I did think about all this, and I don't actually want to hurt her if I don't have to.
Okay.
I want to leave this open. So.
Okay. And don't forget, you guys always have access to flashbacks too, so,
That's true.
I assume this is risky.
Yes, this is going to be risky, and it will be limited.
Yup. Four. So success.
Okay. And that was limited, so let me look at the thingy. So that I remember.
Oh, great thingy. Tell me how things work.
Tell me how things work. Okay. So, yeah, you chuck it at one of the red sashes, and he gets hit. It's
Mhm.
not like a center mass hit. It doesn't necessarily stop his momentum, but it hits him, and then falls to the floor with a big clunk. It doesn't even break the crystal thing. But the other two, leap over the banners. Not the banners. I guess the banister sort of
Banister,
thing.
okay.
The little banister thing. And they, as they do it, they like flick out their sashes and actually get them looped on the banister itself.
Okay.
And then jump down, and they're like, coming straight towards you with swords out.
This is vaguely reminiscent of something.
Of something, right? It's just a nicer room, really.
Right.
Is the
right.
difference?
This seems familiar.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Did this? Like we are you the same guys? Not killed those guys, so you can't be the same guys. But okay. All right. Well, since they're swinging down at me, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there a display case between me and them?
Well, probably not, because you had to move to the center in order to get the crystal thing.
Okay.
Pick up. There is that little dais that it was on, but it's not, high enough to like shield you from them necessarily, unless you like duck down. But
Okay. I'm gonna move around to one side, like kind of towards and underneath, like where they start, because it sounds like they started out kind of up above us.
yeah,
Or did they
yeah,
just
up
okay.
above? It's not that tall. It's not even like a full story. It's like
Okay.
a jump down of like 3 or 4 feet, but
Oh, okay.
they're still
I'll
being
move around.
cool and athletic.
I'll move around to one side, so only one of them can get a swing at me.
Okay.
And then I will attempt to shoot him.
Okay. So that's going to put you in a desperate position.
Sure. Why not?
Sure. But your effect will be standard, right? Because you're using your pistols, so that would
Yes.
bump it up.
I have a fine pair of pistols.
Yeah, so that'll bump it up. So you're at desperate standard, and don't forget your XP for making a desperate roll.
Click. All right. Desperate. Standard. 4. So success. Just not a great success.
Okay. So yeah, you do that. You sort of block them a little bit. One of them is still barreling down at you.
Sure.
And he is going to actually, stab at you.
Okay.
The dais, sort of makes it not a great blow from him,
Okay.
but it is still a level 1 wound or level 1 harm.
Sure. Okay.
But then the other guy who is going around, as you sort of move,
Yeah.
he kind of just abandons you and heads for Timothy.
What happens to the guy I shoot?
All right,
You
well,
guys
let me take
stab
that
me?
back, because, I forgot
Okay.
that you were actually shooting and not stabbing.
Yeah, I'm shooting somebody.
So, all right. Yeah, you shoot him in the shoulder as he comes around the
Okay.
dais, which ends up making the blow just like a level 1.
Gotcha. Level 1.
So you can choose to resist that if you want.
I will resist it. There's no reason not to.
All
All right, resisting. You just describe like
how you're going to avoid the blow, pretty much.
okay. Since he has to come around the dais, since he has to come around the dais, I'll just try to trap his arm or sword against it, So
Okay.
he can't get you.
Yeah, that works for
That's
me. So that'll
prowess?
be prowess. Yep.
Okay. 6. So 0 stress.
0 stress. Which is probably what you wanted, right?
That's ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to drop in one go. So.
So yeah, you take no stress, and you actually won't take that harm because that'll reduce it down to 0.
Sweet.
Meanwhile,
So
Timothy,
Yes.
there is a red sash bearing down at you. He's got his sash tied around the banister behind, and he's sort of just trailing it out behind him, and he is stabbing at you. What are you going to do?
I cannot take 2 at once right now.
I'm going to talk fast.
Talk fast.
Right.
So you're trying to, what are you saying? What are you trying to do with that talking? What are you trying to get him to do?
Okay, I am using my Rook's Gambit.
Okay.
Basically, I'm telling him, hey, non-combatant here. Just time out. And then I throat punch him.
Okay. Well, good thing you got Rook's Gambit, because I wouldn't buy it normally. What does that cost? Does it cost anything?
I think it's a stress.
Is it a stress? Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It's 2 stress. I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Well, crap. Okay, I'm just going to throat punch.
Okay.
Do.
So sounds like a skirmish.
Yeah.
All right.
Risky and limited.
It is going to be risky and limited for you. Yes.
I'm only 2 desperate rolls away from getting 2 more skill points.
I failed.
That is a failure. Yeah. That's
Throw
I
punching.
told you, not a fighter.
That's not good. Okay. So yeah, you go to throat punch him, and he is suddenly not where he should be.
Well, that was very rude of him.
Right. That's not his
He's
throat.
fancy.
That's just nothing. And he ducks down and comes up underneath where your punch is, and he comes in with a sword.
A sword?
A
Don't bring a
sword.
punch to a sword fight.
Important.
So yeah, you are going to take level 2 harm from that.
Yeah, it's unpleasant.
Okay.
Resist it.
How do I do this?
Well, if you
resist it first.
If you want to take it, you would mark on your little harm sheet on the level 2 box. If you don't want to take it, you can either decide that you brought armor, which would reduce it down to a level 1.
But I was just in bed with what's-her-face, so probably not armor.
Armor is 2 boxes, so you could get away with having light armor and also a light load. That's up to you. You can also, of course, choose that you are just wearing a nightgown. That's fine. Go ahead.
I probably would not be wearing, armor for a seduction type thing.
What if it's really seductive armor though?
Oh, okay.
It's got like the abs on there,
Very stylish.
Yeah, it's got the abs and the boob plate.
Right.
Why, yes, I am Spartan.
It's very confused.
Right.
Okay.
So if you don't want to go with armor, you can just make a resistance roll, which in this particular case would be like prowess as you try to get away from the blow. And you just will click on prowess and take some stress maybe, but you'll reduce it down to level 1 by doing that.
Right. Stress in exchange for harm.
Yep.
Basically.
I'll give it a shot.
We might be dragging Timothy out of here.
Yeah.
You might be.
Edland, you might be dragging me and Timothy out of here.
Okay, it's still limited.
People trust me
no,
with that sort of stuff.
just click on prowess. It does it automatically.
There's nothing about trust.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
ever told you this, but you have the prettiest eyes.
I realize, I may not wake up with everything.
Okay. So you suffer 6 stress minus the highest die you rolled, which is going to be 2 stress.
Okay.
Which
What happens when you fill up all your stress?
I was about to say, coincidentally, that's exactly
You suffer a trauma.
you hit trauma. So
Yay!
so first of all, just record the harm because you reduced it down to level
It's all
1.
gone. Yeah.
So you will
Okay.
have
Level
a
1.
stab wound in your level 1.
Alrighty.
And then when you suffer trauma, you first of all are taken out of the conflict. So you get to decide how that necessarily plays out, but you are done.
At this point, I'll walk over to the sidebar and just pour myself a drink.
You clear all your stress.
Okay.
And you are going to take a trauma, which are those little things listed next to trauma.
Hmm.
So yeah, you get to pick one of those. You
Oh.
get to pick one of those.
What do they do?
They're just
What do
ways. They're ways to roleplay your character, essentially. I mean, that's what they are. You now have a trauma that will haunt you for the rest of your life. And I didn't mean to use the word haunt
Okay.
because that is one. But
That you now have.
you now have an ongoing psychological issue.
I'm going to say I'm reckless.
Reckless.
They can't stab you if you just jump them first.
They can't stab
They
you.
can't stab me if I told them I was a non-combatant.
But yeah, Timothy basically gets taken out by this red sash. Yeah, and then you're basically just out until the next scene, however long that happens to be.
It's gonna be all night.
It if we never get out of this room, it might be all night. Who knows?
Son of a bitch took down Timothy. Timothy, no!
Damn it.
Well, now we have to kill him.
Yeah, so Timothy went down. Vaughn, there is a red sash on you. There might be another one because he no longer has a target, and he is near.
I'm hoping the psychopath steps in.
and Edland, there is of course still another red sash up there, and he
I
just
distracted him.
he just basically just grins, gives you one of them evil smiles like, oh, I'm going to enjoy this, and pulls out his sword and starts coming down the stairs towards you. What do you do?
Put my hands up like this.
Okay.
Put my hands up like this.
Yep.
And he gets closer and closer.
Mm-hmm.
When he goes to swing, I kind of move around because I have my one of my syringes there. I spin it around in my hand and stab him and load him up with some Black Lotus.
Okay.
A needle ring.
So, that could either be prowl or skirmish.
They're both the same for me, so I don't care. It can also be finesse because that is misdirection and sleight of hand. But truthfully, they're all one for me, so it doesn't really matter that much.
It's
Okay.
all the same.
Okay. Well, choose which one you want to roll.
I am going to roll. I'll go ahead and just do skirmish.
Okay.
What is it?
It's going to be risky. Is your thing fine?
What my thing?
Your I guess it is.
Your weapon.
Okay. Nope. So yeah, it's going to be risky limited.
Okay. Is there a devil's bargain?
can't think of one that wouldn't just be a consequence of you failing this roll, which I don't want to do because you might fail the roll and then I don't know what to do. I don't know. Can anybody else think of one?
This will do. I
Are
still
you
got a
upstairs?
little bit left. I'm just gonna push instead.
Okay.
Hmm.
3 and 4.
4 success.
It sure is. Okay. You dose him with some Black Lotus.
What's gonna be your? Oh, is that the Black Tar Heroin one?
Yes.
That's gonna be our signature. Like anywhere, they're like, oh, someone got Black Tar Heroin. We know who came here.
Mhm.
It's those damn anarchists that I read
Right.
about in the paper.
Until we put the damn journalists out of business.
Mhm.
So yeah, you get him with your syringe, I guess,
Hearts
right?
are full of
Syringe.
lies.
Yeah.
But he, of
That's
course,
actually I
what?
say, that's actually one of the things. I can carry a blowgun, darts, and syringes. Does it count as my load?
Yeah, right. So yeah, you get him with that, but it doesn't, hit him immediately. So he totally stabs you
Of course.
with his awesome sword. You guys keep stealing.
They all keep saying they're awesome swords, but I mean, they don't seem that awesome. They're not
No.
fine or they're not fine or anything.
I mean, you've got a collection of them at home.
but they're not fine weapons.
No, they're not. They're not fine weapons. So yeah, you're gonna take level 2 harm as well.
I try not to.
Try to not to.
Try to not to.
Try
So this will be
to not
prowess.
to.
And this will reduce
Oh.
it 1 level if you make this. Well, if you make this. You make it, regardless of what you roll.
Just how
Wow.
much stress are you gonna suffer?
You got a crit. So you get to clear 1 stress.
Nice.
Nice.
And you don't take any additional stress from that, but you will take level 1 harm. Now, you could have armor with you as well if you like. That would reduce it again.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and do armor.
It
Okay.
would take a fair amount of space though.
Yeah, it
That's
takes up both of those boxes.
It's 2 of your load.
Yeah, that's fine. I said I came in here with normal.
Right. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
just
you did.
and then you can just click off the little armor thing there to show that you've
The
used your
little
armor.
thing.
It's right next to the healing
I don't-
clock. It's got that armor uses.
Oh, I see. So that.
Yep. Like so.
Oh,
To show that you used it. And
I
then
think it actually did that because as soon as I clicked it, it went to red.
I clicked it too, so it's possible
Oh,
we did it at the
that's
same time. And so that'll actually mean you take no harm.
Nice.
So he stabs you, but he ended up stabbing you in the armor. You were able to twist and get. Or not get, but avoid his blow. Vaughn, in the meantime,
Yes.
has a fierce red sash.
It's kind of how we do. It's kind of how we do in Bond Land. All right. Since I tracked his sword last time, I'm gonna like spin around, like let the sword kind of punch the top of the sword down, step back a step, and shoot him with my other pistol.
Okay. Let's see. You were at a desperate position last time, weren't you?
Last time, yeah. What determines that? I'm just curious.
Well,
Like,
it's
what makes it a desperate position?
It's really the fact that your roll before, there was a consequence on there. So I just made
Okay.
it. You were put in a more desperate position.
Gotcha.
It's the desperate, but that was also 2 guys coming at you, and that no
Right.
longer applies. Although it could apply in a second.
Yeah, right.
So actually, it'll just be risky,
Okay.
and then standard.
That'd be great, right? Because I have fine pistols.
But they're tier 2.
I'd be limited normally. That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Right. Now, of course, you can. Well, you already rolled.
I did 5.
Yep. All right. So you shoot him again because you've already shot him
I already
before.
shot him in the shoulder.
Right.
I shot him in the shoulder already.
Right. So I will actually say that he'll go down with that.
Okay. There's another fresh one though.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
You knock his sword down, and that sort of like throws him almost into your pistol
Okay.
a little bit. So there's
Put it against his chest and pull the trigger.
yeah. So there's just blood and viscera everywhere. It covers Timothy, who's
Unconscious.
just
Not unconscious necessarily, but
I mean, it's a fight. It's probably unconsciousness. You're taken
Yeah.
out when you take full stress, but it's a
You know, I'm
fight.
assuming he's not actually having a drink at the bar. So.
Right. Probably not.
I'm pouring 2 drinks and taking one up there to her.
I don't think so.
Let's discuss this like civilized people.
Exactly.
So yeah, you shoot him, but unfortunately there was that other guy who's coming at
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's definitely closed the distance now. And you are out of pistols.
That is a statement that should never be said.
You're out of pistols?
If you had a bandolier.
Actually,
Bandolier is not one of my options.
actually the Hound gets the most pistols. They have the most guns.
Speaking of hounds, I have a hound.
I thought you said it was a raptor.
It is a raptor. It's a train hunting pet. I went with a raptor.
Yeah. Because they can take a fine pair of pistols as one item.
Yep, it's
And
great.
then they can also take a pistol as one item. And then you can take a second pistol as another item. And so they can have
Hey,
like.
guess what? I've only used one of my slots.
Right.
I have plenty of room for pistols.
I was about to say. So hounds can actually have lots of guns if they want.
He just thinks I'm out of pistols.
Right.
It's like that one character from Boondock Saints. Is it what guy with 2 pistols, or a guy with like 6 pistols strapped to his chest?
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
So yeah, he kind of clears around the other or the dais
Over the body. Okay.
Well, he was kind of at the side because he
Okay.
diverted to go over to Timothy. So he's actually coming at your
Right.
not your blind side, but he's coming at you from the side.
Okay.
What do you do?
What's an unusual weapon?
An unusual weapon is anything unusual.
If you click on it, it gives you an example.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you click the little arrow, I think it actually does have a drop down, and I
Sure,
think
also
that's
does-
or a tool turn into a weapon, a whip, flail, hatchet, shovel, length of chain, razor edge fan. So improvised weapons, basically.
Yeah.
it's just weird weapons.
Okay. All right. You dosed your guy with black tar heroin, is that right?
Black tar heroin, yes.
Hmm. Okay, well, probably gonna get myself stabbed here.
You are
As-
probably going to get yourself stabbed because he is coming
As
at
the
you.
newest member of the Stab Club, I cannot recommend that course of action.
No,
I'm already a member.
Okay.
I paid my dues already.
Okay.
So
Can you just show him that you've already been stabbed and maybe he'll just, not?
Hey, look, you guys already stabbed me in an alley, so can you just chill with the stabbing?
I've already had a stabbing.
But it didn't
I'm
work.
good.
It didn't take, no.
It didn't
but
take, and so
I'm going to try to keep my distance. So he came around the other side of the dais.
yeah.
All right. How's this room like built?
Well, like I said, it's circular.
Right.
There's that, inset part that you guys are in right now. And then there's sort of a walkway that goes around the top.
Okay.
And that's where the banisters are and where they've got their little sashes tied up.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna. How tall? It's only like a 3 foot up.
Yeah, it's not that far. I
Really?
mean, there's like a little, staircase that goes down from the top. And I mean, it's only 4 or 5 steps. Maybe 6
Okay,
or 7.
going
I don't know how many
to-
steps are in a foot, but
Can I jump the banister and throw a knife at him?
jumping up would be tough
Okay,
because you'd have to jump up like 3 feet
right.
and then get over the banister, which of course, is another 3 or 4 feet, 2
Okay.
feet. That'd be a really high jump.
Well, obviously not just straight jump. Do the whole, clear the fence as a kid thing. But
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. In order to do that, you'd still have to get up like 5 or 6
Right.
feet.
oh, okay. All right. I try to put some distance between myself and him.
Okay.
However that best works.
Okay.
And I'll produce a knife from my sleeve and try to bury it in him.
Okay. Probably skirmish.
I mean, throwing it.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking like trying to get distance as well.
Okay.
But, I could be convinced.
Skirmish at the opponent in close combat, assault, hold a position, brawl, and wrestle. I don't know. Throwing a knife seems a lot more about hunt.
Well,
I guess
could
you could
work.
say getting. I guess you could say getting away would be more skirmish.
Well, I mean, it kind of depends on what's your intention. Is your intention to, get distance or to, damage him?
My intention's more to damage him.
Okay. In that case, probably hunt would make
Okay.
more sense since you're using a throwing weapon.
I'm just trying to get enough space to not get stabbed while I'm throwing it at him.
Well, that sort of depends on your role.
Well, right,
But-
exactly. But that's the intention.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the intention is generally not get stabbed. All right, so risky, or is this desperate?
This is going to be desperate.
Okay,
And it'll be limited unless you got fine knives.
I do not have an option for that.
Okay.
I only get fine guns, and a long rifle seems like a weird choice here. So
Well, you can take a regular pistol. It's just not fine.
I can. It's just the same thing as me throwing a knife at him.
Yeah. Less loud. But
True.
you've already shot a gun several times in this enclosed room, so,
Right. Once they were in the room, I gave up on the whole quiet thing. 5.
All right. So yeah, you definitely get a knife in him. I'm going to say probably shoulder.
Okay.
Let's go with even his sword shoulder. How about?
I would prefer the sword shoulder.
And that was another desperate roll, by the way.
Yeah, that gave me enough experience to bump something up
Okay.
because I apparently do a lot of desperate actions.
Yep.
I can take any of my skills to 3, right?
3. Yes.
Okay.
In
And what
order
determines?
in order to do
like-
4, it's actually a gang playbook upgrade.
Okay. Steady. Tinker.
So yeah, you stab him in the well, yeah, I guess you stab him. Sure, that's what happens with
Yeah.
knives.
Yeah.
You stab him. He's still coming at you, and Elstera, who's kind of been standing there in the doorway. I mean, she's moved
Mhm.
back, like sort of out of the doorway, but the door's still open, and she's standing in the doorway.
Sure.
But she kind of looks behind her, and another person comes in up behind her,
hmm
and she says, "Oh, you finally arrived." The person behind her sort of, nods a little, and then
Okay.
steps around her and comes in the room. And it's Mylera Clev, who you may recall as the leader of the Red Sashes.
Ah, yes. Awesome.
Right.
That's exactly who I wanted to see.
She is played by Electra,
Right.
who I cannot remember the name of the actress.
I never knew it.
I do know it, but
I know it too. I just can't think of what it is, and I'm not finding her name in my notes. But in season 2, before she became Black Sky or whatever, she was wearing like that coat, that black coat, that was buttoned all the way up. She's basically wearing that, and she's got 2 little short blades. But with one of her hands, she's got like a red sash tied around the wrist, so it's sort of trailing down.
Okay. Are her
And
swords
she's-
out or in?
Sorry,
Are her swords out or in?
she doesn't have swords. She's got like knives.
Okay. Or are those, in hands?
Oh yes, they're in
Okay.
hand.
Okay.
Elodie Young.
Yes, Elodie Young. Right. Yeah, and she steps into the room and she's got, a smile on her face. She just looks down. It's like, oh yes, I'll enjoy this. What do you guys do?
Well, I probably peed a little, but so many red sashes.
There's 4? That's not a lot.
I'll look toward that. Yes, it is.
Okay.
There's
actually-
they're all higher. They're all higher level than us too. So
There's actually only 2 left because one of them is on heroin right now.
one's on heroin, and I killed one.
Right. He's not unconscious or anything, but he's, he had to sit down.
He's like, whoa, hold on.
Right.
I'm just gonna enjoy this.
Right.
He's gonna ride the snake.
Is there just a quick glance around this room? Like, is there any hole in the ceiling? Like any egress from this room besides the door?
There is not. You can't
Okay.
have a hole in the ceiling in your weird occultic room.
So I've got a question. I'm kind of confused by the layout.
Okay.
So we're down. Does the stairs split around?
There's a central staircase down at the doorway, and then there's actually probably there's others around the room too.
You think there's like one at each cardinal corner?
Yeah, yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm doing because my goal was originally I am going to then, break away from the guy and run up the stairs back around that way.
Okay.
First, I'm trying to get him to follow me so his heart will race. To
Okay.
get that into his system quicker.
Yeah. He's already
come on.
out.
He's effectively out.
Yeah, I mean, effectively.
Oh.
I mean, if you go mess with him, he could probably do something to you, but, for right
No.
now, he's...
Well, that's what I was trying to get him to see. He was going to chase me to maybe kick it in quicker.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's already being affected. He doesn't look like he's in peak condition right now.
Okay.
Or maybe he's in peaker condition. Yeah.
Peaker, huh?
Well, to him. I mean, he feels pretty great.
He's got that crazy meth head strength.
But then my goal was I was going to like you get at the stairs. I'm not going to stop, a couple stairs from her.
Mm-hmm.
Let's discuss this.
I'm going to spend my turn knifing her man.
Okay. She looks at you, Edlin, and is kind of like, what is there to discuss?
I look at the sashes. Those are good thugs. I don't deny this.
But Iruvians are easily tied to you.
We offer a different skill set.
Like what?
Infiltration, assassination, alchemical, study.
Okay.
Let us make this bulleted list.
So that sounds to me like you're trying to sway her.
It does.
Which I am not good at.
Somebody wake me up.
I would aid you if I wasn't, one stress from unconsciousness.
So I'm thinking, you guys. Oh my God. I'm thinking. Risky limited?
That would seem to fit the theme of this evening.
Yeah, I mean, it's limited because she's not sure what you have to offer her, and she's in a pretty powerful position. I mean, one of you is down.
After people, so
right. One of you is down. There's her super awesome thug just showed up. She doesn't necessarily need anything from you. Maybe. Now, what I was going to tell Vaughn before he rolled so quickly. You can, of course, change that if you want to go to desperate for greater effect. So,
sweet. I can get my prowess up. I just need one more desperate roll.
So, yeah, I mean, if you right now it's, what did I say it was? Risky limited?
Right.
Yeah, you could go to desperate and make it standard.
Desperate standard.
If you want.
But do you have any dots in sway?
No.
That's what I thought.
So, devil's bargain.
Yeah, offering a devil's bargain on everything is hard.
Yeah.
Like some of the devil's bargains are like what would happen anyway, practically.
I know.
Well,
and
here's my idea on this one.
Okay.
I have to put us at a disadvantage.
See, that could already happen from your roll, but tell me what you have in mind.
Well, I'm just saying, because right now I see our options are to die or not to die.
Right.
So, if this doesn't go through, which I'm going to fail this roll, because I have no dice in it, I'm going to die. She's already said she wants our head. So the devil's bargain is we have to make a bargain where we then owe her also.
Technically, she said bodies.
Yeah.
She wants the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that sounds to me like that could be the outcome of the roll. I mean, if you succeed,
Well, you're making an assumption I'm going to succeed with my 0 dice.
Well, we're still negotiating from a position of weakness
Right.
at the moment.
Yeah, that's really the issue. Now, I could see, throwing on a devil's bargain where, the consequences are worse. But
They're going to kill us even more.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just really sucking at coming up with devil's bargains this evening.
Even more dead. Like, did you think to your corpse?
If you kill me, I promise I will haunt you. And I'm not talking about the low level stuff.
This is straight up voodoo.
I will
Yeah,
I will make this mansion some kind of first person horror game like you would not imagine.
All the jump scares you can handle.
You will never be able to find that damn cat.
That's true.
God, I can't think of a devil's bargain, Chris.
Well, I can, take 2 more stress. I'm leaving me almost completely stressful.
I understand.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of a devil's bargain to offer you, but I cannot think of one.
So here we go.
I recommend taking a trauma because it gets rid of all your
Nope.
stress.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
let's take a nice little nap.
So you still went with risky limited, huh? Didn't go for the desperate.
I didn't know there was a difference. I thought you said risky.
Risky,
did, but-
limited, or desperate and standard
Yeah.
for the effect.
Oh, I would have gotten desperate because I want to experience, but
Well, that's fine. You can go desperate. I mean, it is the worst outcome.
Just do it again. I mean, it could result in us super dying.
Well, here's
We
the
can-
thing.
We can start,
that's
with, we can start with new characters.
to say it's still the same dice, right?
It doesn't
It-
change the amount of dice, no.
It's all the same. I mean, it's fine. I'll just change what you rolled to desperate. It's cool. I'm just saying the difference between a 3 on risky is less bad for you than on a desperate.
No, I was desperate then. We're going for desperate, so it's bad.
Okay, it is bad.
So now they're going to use this in one of their rituals.
Right. So yeah, she just kind of, I mean, you tell her that you can do stuff for her and that you have powerful friends or whatever, and she just kind of, goes, kill him to Mylera, and Mylera comes down the stairs, and without even really seeming to move, is just all slashy with her knives. That's right, slashy. So you're gonna take a level 3 harm from her attacking you.
Ooh, ow.
How much I can do against that?
You can always
you can resist.
You can always resist.
Well, I'm kind of
Says,
obvious.
Dear God. I took level 3 harm last time, and it was terrible. Resistance and armor.
And yeah, you've already taken armor. You could bump it up to. Yeah, you could. No, you can't bump it up.
Yes, I can. I've
Heavy?
only spent 3.
Yeah, but you.
Oh, it's 3, not 6.
Yeah,
Never
your
mind.
bandolier doesn't count it
No, but
against
I've
you.
that. Yeah. No, my bandolier does. My blowgun doesn't.
Right,
but
your
that's
blowgun
still
doesn't.
3.
Yeah, your blowgun doesn't.
I was thinking I have 6, but I have 5.
Yeah, you've got. Yeah. So yeah, you can resist it, and that will drop it down to 2 if you resist
There
it.
you go.
So
Yeah, he rolled a 6.
wow,
Like a boss.
did you get a crit again?
How are you rolling 4 dice?
I
Is
don't
your
know.
prowess a
Just,
2?
No, his prowess is 4. He's got 1 in every skill.
Oh, nice.
Under that,
Nice.
he's actually like a super dodge monkey. He just doesn't know it. So yeah, you critted, which means you clear another stress.
Nice.
And you reduce it to level 2, so you have many, many knife wounds.
Is that what you're writing? Many, many knife wounds.
Covered in paper cuts.
Death of 1,000 cuts.
So what am I doing here?
Mark on your level 2 harm. Just write that in.
What was it again?
Stab wounds. Mini stab wounds.
Many, many stab wounds.
It's like she's carving a roast for Thanksgiving.
Shane, your camera's doing it again. All I can see is this.
That's all anyone needs to see. Let's see.
So my stress is full, then I'm going to assume?
No, it's
Camera.
not stress. It's harm. Which are the
Okay.
boxes below stress. So go to the boxes below where it's got harm, and it's got those 3 things, 3, 2, 1, and just click on the 2. And
I do. I've got it in there.
oh, do you? It didn't show up.
Maybe because I didn't.
Oh, there.
I was still in the field.
There it went. Yeah. Okay. I see it now. Yeah. No, you actually cleared a stress because you rolled really well on your resistance.
Yeah.
Because you're used to how knives affect the human body, and so you know how to move away from that.
And I do a lot of blocking with my arms,
Uh-huh.
but I'm keeping it in like this way.
Right.
Make sure no vessels. So
Yep. You've got a lot of cuts on your arms. But that's what you do in a knife fight, is sacrifice your arms in order to save your body. Or at least that's what role-playing games have taught me.
Mm-hmm.
Never having actually been in a knife fight.
The organs do seem important.
I mean, they seem that way, right?
That's what they tell us.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna step back and throw another knife into that same red.
I was
red
about
sash.
to ask what Vaughn was doing, because there is a red sash on you and he is not playing.
No, I put a knife in his shoulder already. I
Yep.
imagine he wants me to be dead.
Yep. Yeah, so I
So I'm
think
gonna try again.
yeah, you are at risky limited.
I am making my way up the stairs though now,
But
towards the back.
okay, and also remember this time it's risky limited. You can bump it up to desperate to get standard.
I'll try it. We're obviously screwed here. So
I mean, at this point, you've got so many wounds that any wound that I give you, I mean, any failure would probably end up being the one that does you over. So
right.
desperate
Exactly.
wouldn't really be worse. I mean, it'll be bad, but it won't be worse.
5.
Yeah. Okay. You get another knife in him, and let's see, you're at standard, and you already do. Okay. You actually get him in the throat.
Okay.
And he, kind of clamps a hand over there to
Clutches.
try to control the blood coming out. But the way he was approaching you and the way that you were backing up, basically you misjudged where the stairs were.
Okay.
You thought they
Did I
were
trip
directly
myself?
behind you, but you don't trip yourself. You just end up backing yourself up into, not a corner because it's a round room, but
Right.
into the banister as opposed to actually getting to the stairs.
The stairs.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But you did get him with the knife, and he is not actively attacking you. He is more trying to not die.
Stop bleeding from his throat.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yes.
you have a fierce she demon up on you.
Joe's with Black Tar Heroin.
She has cut
Good idea.
your arms and elbows all to shreds. And you're taller than her. So she actually tries to go in low and get underneath your blocking.
Hmm.
What are you going to do?
Apparently die? I mean, I really don't have any solutions here. So I'm going to try to hit her with my last alchemical
Okay, which is
out of
the
this group.
black tar heroin again?
Mhm.
Your black lotus. All right.
That's what I make.
All right. Probably skirmish.
Yep.
Come on, Edland.
You can do it.
You're looking at
Come on.
risky limited. You could
Come
bump
on,
that
Edland,
up.
Kenobi.
You can bump that up to desperate standard if you want.
I will do desperate standard.
Okay.
Edland Kenobi, your only hope.
You know, at this point, my stress just does not even matter. Oh, it does, because I have -1 dice, don't I?
That's your harm. Your harm, you're at -1.
So, but would that come off this attack?
It would, because it's whenever the whatever
If
the
it's
harm
applicable.
is applicable, and
Uh,
it would be in this instance. Now,
Yeah.
the thing is, the computer, the Roll20 thing doesn't have a way to do minus dice. Really?
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Input
You can-
values of -1, 2, 3.
You can do -1
Oh,
bonus
can you?
dice.
Oh, they must have added that. That's cool.
I'm not sure how it works since I've never done it, but
Yeah, they must have added that. Okay, so
Or I can also then push myself to take 1 stress to make it at least 0.
well, pushing yourself takes 2 stress.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, what I meant is at least me with 1 stress.
Oh, leaves you with 1 stress. Gotcha.
So I might as well do that.
okay.
If it makes you feel any better, I started this mission with
Nope.
1 stress.
Wow. Wow. You guys should avoid fighting.
I tried to tell him I was a talker.
Right. Right.
I've done fine in fighting historically.
Right. All right. So desperate there, Chris.
If
you-
only the thug was here.
Yeah,
I
mean,
know.
I was all good. We would have had this if,
if
the
you had
thug boss that didn't show up.
if you had a thug with you, that's right.
Yeah, me and the other fighter is gone.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, again, Chris, you're gonna take a level 3 harm. As
And to be
she
fair, we stuck in here pretty well, and this just wasn't going to go well.
No.
no. Not with some tier 2s. Unfortunately.
Which is all there is. Tier 2s and higher.
Well, actually, Elstera is tier 4, so I mean,
I said tier 2 and higher.
Well, I didn't get a 6 this time.
you didn't get a 6 this time, but you did get a 5, so you'll take 1 stress from that, and you'll reduce it to level 2 harm. Let's say gut shot. It's not a shot, but it's a stab, a gut stab,
Just gut wound.
gut wound.
Okay.
Don't die, Edmund.
I don't think I have any control over that anymore.
You totally do.
No, I don't think I do. Next.
Hold on, I'm making a note.
Okay.
All right, Vond. You are
Okay.
free of people attacking you.
Is Edmund actually down?
He is not down, right? You've just taken 2 level 2s, is that right?
And I have no stress.
Oh, have you spent all your stress? Oh, you're
actually at,
you're full.
You're actually at full stress.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So you are traumatized
Okay, well,
out.
he is gone then.
So yeah, you are out. So
Mhm.
unconscious. You can click the little trauma thing to mark that. And you can clear all your stress, because taking trauma does that. And you get to pick one of those thingies.
Can I decide when I wake up if I wake up?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Because
It's not looking like waking up at this point.
exactly.
I, pull another throwing knife back.
Okay.
And I look at, the Red Sash's leader, who I'm about to toss this at,
Okay.
to say, truce. I'll hold it for a second before I sling it. I assume there's going to be a laugh or something of that nature.
Okay.
But-
You know what? Actually, why don't you make some sort of sway roll? I don't know why I said some
Okay.
sort. There's really only one type.
Okay. Well, I don't have that, so here we go. I only have consort. Or consort, I guess it'd be. Limited, I would assume.
Yes, it will be limited. But it'll be risky.
I can't push myself, so this is going to be 0 bonus dice.
Oh, so sad. So
Yep.
sad. Yeah, Elstera says, there will be no truce.
All right, I chuck it at Elstera. No. I
Yeah,
tossed it at I tossed it at the Ginsu, who's approaching.
okay. And Mylera actually looked back at Elstera, like
Okay,
waiting to see if that was cool.
what she said.
Right. But yeah, Elstera is like, yeah, there will be no truce.
That's fair. It was sort of a last minute attempt.
Right. And yeah, Mylera comes at you.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you gonna
I
throw
try
that
to use
knife at
the.
her?
Yep, I'm gonna try to use the banister to stay between me and her, and I'll chuck a knife at her.
Okay.
I don't want Electra standing next to me. It sounds terrible.
All right, it's Electra. So you're looking at desperate, limited.
Oh, desperate and limited. Nice.
Yeah. She's
sweet.
She's bad.
I'm sure she is. I went down fighting.
She didn't get to be a gang leader for nothing.
Right. Desperate. Well, here's another tick. Desperate.
It is.
Not that it might matter in a minute. And
By the way, Edlin, did you record your desperate
limited.
rolls? Because you get XP on those.
Yeah, but I only really had one.
Okay.
I went back and marked it.
6.
6. Nice. You throw the knife. And she basically.
I'm aiming for a leg at this point. I'm gonna just hobble her.
Okay. She She deflects it with her knife when it comes
Okay.
in, but you threw it at her leg, so that sort of throws off her attack stance. And so
Okay.
she's not actually able to attack you back, but she does sort of, knock your knife to the side.
Okay.
And then she comes in. Let's see, you went up the stairs to around the banister or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I went up the stairs and kind of around it to kind of keep away from her.
Okay. Yeah, she's just sort of, does the slow stalk up the stairs that always miraculously ends up directly behind you,
Yeah. That seems fair.
As long as you're not looking at her, she can keep perfect distance between you. But you are looking at her.
Right.
So
I
she
am watching
just-
her very carefully.
Right. So she comes up the stairs and, just sort of starts stalking towards you around the banister.
Yeah.
And she's just like, there's no place for you to go.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not ready to give up the ghost yet.
You were just a small, pathetic pawn in our game. Why must you make this so difficult? This is Elstera.
Okay. Because I have the talent to be so much more than a pawn. Or at least a higher placed pawn.
Do you?
I think I've left the evidence on this floor.
But I see just as much evidence against you. Also on this floor.
Yeah, fair point. We did get in here without your guards noticing. I even left your man alive.
I think I let you in here without my guards noticing.
You planted the rumors. The guards still would have noticed.
They were there,
Obviously,
so
this was
it didn't
obviously
look
this was a
obvious.
trap. Right.
And while you're having this conversation, I assume you're
Mhm.
still moving.
Yep. Still not going to get Stabby McStabber's end if I can avoid it.
Okay, and she is, keeping up with you where you're moving. Now, the problem
Okay.
is you're in a big circle thing. So you're either getting close to Elstera or Mylera. Because they're
Is
sort
Elstera
of
armed,
they're in between
as far as
you.
I can see?
Sorry?
Is Elstera armed as far as I can see?
Not as far as you can see. She's wearing like big robes. And they've got the sort of like the Chinese type of sleeves, that hang down real low. So she might have stuff in there, but it's hard to tell.
Okay. I'll circle past her if I need to before I get close to the Ginsu.
Okay. She actually
I'll go down the stairs.
You could go down the stairs probably. And if you come up near her, I mean, she will like back out of the room to stay away.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go towards her. She hasn't fought yet. I'm assuming she's not a combatant.
Okay. And Mylera, she grabs one of the sashes that was tied, to the guys.
Mm.
And she actually unties it from the banister and
Okay.
tries to use it to like reach you.
All right,
To
I'll throw
either-
another knife at her.
Either like tie you down so she can close the distance or,
Sure,
something like that.
sure. Makes sense to me.
Okay. Go ahead and make a hunt.
Like, look, this is all really unnecessary. Like, we'd be happy to do a job for you, clear the whole debt.
She's not buying it because none of you can make sway rolls.
I don't have that
I
skill. The only
can.
one of us who can is unconscious.
I know.
I assume this is still desperate
Yeah.
and still limited.
And limited. Yep.
Okay, sounds good. 6 again.
Is that your roll?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess it is. Wow.
I'm really accurate on these.
Okay, so let's see. That's twice you've got her.
Cornered animal has been good. Die wise.
All right, this time you actually do get her. She was a little busy with the sash
Okay.
to do a cool deflect a knife thrown at her. So you do get her, and she, whips the sash around at you, but doesn't get you with it.
Connect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she curses and drops the sash.
Okay.
She curses in Aruvian, but curses
Never
are
mind.
universal. Everybody knows.
I'm sure I know the curse words in Aruvian.
Right. They're fairly universal. Yeah, and then she just charges at you.
Oh, okay. I actually heard her, so now she's upset.
Yep. So what are you gonna do?
I'm still up on the upper level, so as soon as she charges me, I'm gonna jump over the banister.
Okay.
On the lower level, is there actually anything down there besides that circular?
Yeah, I mean there was that dais that was in the center, and then there's all the objects, the artifacts that you were looking at.
Yeah.
Earlier, I mean they're in cases around the bottom.
Okay. Can I knock one of the cases over?
As you jump over, I mean that would make sense. Sure.
Okay. I just want to make it difficult to follow me.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I will do.
Okay. That's skirmish.
Okay.
I'm thinking. Yeah, probably skirmish. And it'll be desperate limited.
Okay. Sweet. I would be much better off just throwing another knife at her. Just roll wise.
Oh,
Yep. Like I said, I'd be much better off doing the other thing.
oh.
Okay.
All right. Well, new characters.
This time we're playing Ink Rigs.
Ink rigs are the best. All right, so you jump over and you knock the case over as well. When you do
She
it,
stabs me back in the head.
unfortunately, she's super super dexterous, and she's she'd chase you across rooftops. She'd Assassin's Creed all over you. So she actually leaps over the banister at almost exactly the same time you do, and ends up driving the knives down into you when you land.
Yep.
So that's not good.
I was already limping.
Right. So that's gonna be level 3 harm.
Okay. I will try to resist.
Okay.
So at the last second, I will try to roll out of the way. It's 6s or nothing.
Is it? What's your stress at?
Yep. I've been at 9 this whole time.
Oh. Well, you've made it this far on 9, so.
Yeah, I have not done a single thing that takes stress. All right. 5.
So 5. So
that'll put me out.
Does that take you over?
It does drop the harm to 2, but it puts me out.
Okay. So yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and mark lots of stab wounds. And I get a trauma, which might be dead.
No, trauma's not dead, but
that seems traumatic.
right. So yeah, you can mark the little trauma box and clear your stress. and
So
Be
many
un-
stab wounds.
be unconscious.
All right.
Unconscious.
Oh, there they are. Cold, haunted, obsessed, paranoid. Do they have an explanation for what those are?
Yeah, it's in the
technically?
book. I actually don't know where it is.
Okay, I'll go find it while you tell us about our enslavement or whatever the hell happened to us.
Well, actually,
Or
I'm just
it's
going to fade to black because it's time for another break.
Sweet.
So yeah, the last of our brave shadows goes down.
Our brave and noble sacrifice.
I blame the stupid thug who would have been a huge help here.
Mm-mm.
He would have been. I blame the utter failure of sway rolls but you know,
Me and Edlin were the only ones who got to attempt them, I think.
yeah, I think Timothy got taken out way too quick. But yeah, we'll be back.
I didn't expect him to get dropped so fast.
I went down crazy fast.
Actually, we'll be back. It's been like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm fixing to have to turn in, man.
So I was gonna say maybe we should just call it for now and pick up next
Just leave it on a
time.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, leave it on a super awesome cliffhanger with everyone out.
All right, so do we need new characters? I think is the real question.
No, you don't need new characters. You know,
Okay.
her entire plan was to figure out who of her enemies. She was basically trying to bait her enemies.
Mhm.
She didn't necessarily care who came. She has absolutely no interest in you.
I
It's
think she made that abundantly clear.
right. So she would actually be dropping you on Pendrin's doorstep
Gotcha.
as a warning. Now, he may want you killed. I don't know, but
That seems fair.
so no, nobody's dead. You're just, you know, really, really cut up and in trouble. I guess. So yeah, let's actually just do XP then, I think, probably.
Mm.
And then you guys can decide on what your traumas are also.
I killed 2 red sashes
For
and wounded their leader. I feel pretty good.
so Edlin, you haven't done experience in a while. You want to start?
Okay. Address the challenge with a technical skill or mayhem. Did I? I don't think I had much of opportunity to use any of my technical stuff.
Not unless you consider injecting someone with heroin technical.
Yeah, I don't know that I would consider that technical, but I mean, it kind of sounds like there was mayhem in the room.
Yeah, but mayhem is more of my thing of breaking locks and
Yeah, I mean,
causing destruction, and I didn't specifically do that.
it doesn't sound like
I
it to
never got
me. It's up to you, but
Yeah, I just don't think I did.
okay. What about
Express police drives, heritage, or backgrounds. I'm gonna do that one because I am still doing the thing and my character being really odd with death.
yeah, there was a couple times you got some looks from your other gang members, so that would probably
Now, when these, I can
He
either put them
crazy.
in, I can either put them in playbook advancement or on a stat.
yes.
Is that right? Okay. I'm gonna do
Oh,
that one. Proud.
So that desperate skirmish roll that I flubbed and got stabbed in the back for,
Yeah.
I got another point in skirmish for that.
Yeah, right. That's how that works. You've learned your lesson, and now
I'm
you
better
know
at
not to do that, and
Yep.
you've grown as a person.
I did.
Yeah.
And struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. Well, my vice is always there.
What is your vice again? Been so long since you
It's
played.
kind of unclear, but it's kind of experimentation and mutilation.
Yeah, which you didn't really get to do.
I was gonna cut that guy's thumb off.
Try holding a sword
See
now,
how it
buddy.
works.
Exactly.
Try
That's what
holding
he's
a
gonna
sword
start
now.
doing to people. Instead of killing them, he's gonna start cutting their thumbs off.
Just do it to the red sashes.
I'll do it to whoever who stabs me.
That seems fair.
Okay. So was that it for you?
So I only had the one.
Yeah, you only had the one. Yeah, okay. Weirdly, we didn't actually do a whole lot, which is probably going to be the case for everybody. So, Vaughn, how about you?
And I'm stuck in the mission they started
Okay,
last.
so
Right.
before I tracked her all over the city, so I addressed it with tracking. I was all kinds of violent.
I was going to say the tracking one, though, you got XP for
That was before the
time.
mission, I guess, technically.
Yeah. Although there was violence this time.
We did track her before we started this mission.
No, right. I know, but I was saying
that free stuff.
That was in the last session where you got the XP for doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, this was just violence.
Yeah.
No, there was a lot of violence.
Right.
But it was still just violence.
Right.
So I'll just say 1 for that.
Okay.
Which still puts me at an advancement.
Okay.
Express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I think I did, just because of all the and I haven't had a lot of opportunities to do that. But the fact that, everything in this house is, noble and royal and nice, and I was going to steal all of it that I could. Especially the water clock. I'd save the spot for that.
Right. Okay.
And then struggle with issues of vice or trauma. Like I think I can only really get one or the other in this instance. So I'm going to take my 2 points.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, it being in the middle of a mission, it's hard to get that one.
Right. Right. And I only now have a trauma.
Right.
So.
Right. Unless, your trauma would factor in and you only now got one. So.
Right. Mm-hmm. Once I wake up, I will have a trauma.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Timothy.
I don't think I have any. Let's see. Every time you take a desperate action, I think I got taken out before I actually made any desperate actions.
Yeah.
Let's see. Address a challenge with deception or influence. I seduced the maid, but again, we got experience for that last time, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you got experience for that last time. Yeah, and you didn't
really
get to
express my beliefs. And I didn't really have any issues with my vice. I picked up a trauma this time, but it didn't really come into play. See, I don't think I get any this time.
Yeah, I can't think of any beliefs drives.
Worst mission ever.
Kind of wasn't it? But yeah, your reckless trauma, that'll be triggering all the time from now on, right?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I think a couple of these are
skydiving.
Yeah.
Now the crew advancement, I think we get 2 of them.
You think? Let's look. You get execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft.
No.
There was no success.
Sure wasn't successful. No.
But we most certainly contended with challenges above our current stage.
Absolutely.
Okay, we should get 2 points for that. That was ridiculous.
I was about to say, I mean, you totally can. I mean, you dealt with 2. I mean, Mylara's, she's still technically tier 2, but she counts as tier 3, kind of. And Elstera, of course, is tier 4. So
Rank 4.
Yeah.
So, bolster our crew's reputation or develop a new one?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Besides utter failure.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact, well, maybe overall, I'm just saying, we still dropped an equal number of higher tier enemies, and I wounded their leader.
Yeah,
but that's not really going to come out unless they ask us about it. If they ask anybody else about it, they got their ass beat.
That is true. So I guess it depends on if it's you bolster your reputation with everyone or just with, particular people.
Your other option is you could develop a new reputation as being incompetent or patsies, or you could develop a negative reputation. I don't know that you want to, but
we might have earned some rep with the red sashes.
That was my point. Really?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Now they hate us, but I mean,
oh yeah, they hate us.
There might be some grudging respect. I don't know. That was my point though. Was with them.
Okay. I could. I mean, that's up to you guys. But I could.
It depends on how they take it, really.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about goals, drives, inner conflict, or sense of
Yes,
nature?
I told her specifically what we're good at.
Yeah.
We are ambitious, and we are ambitious as hell, which I think was thoroughly illustrated in this
Yeah, we were planning to empty that place out.
Yeah.
operation.
We were going to back a truck up.
And there was also
and I told her specifically what we do.
there was also it was, minor inner conflict, but there was the Edlund is weird again.
Yes, there was.
Where it's like,
Yes, there was.
Okay.
Like, don't leave me alone with him.
Right.
By the way, I will tell you, I did take the trauma unstable.
Okay.
Did you need a trauma for that?
Nope.
So yeah.
I think you should put down unstable X2.
All right, so I think yeah.
So that was that 2 or 3 from the crew.
That's 3 total,
Okay.
which gives us just enough for another advancement.
Okay. It's weird to advance when you actually sort of failed, but that's how that works.
Well, when you face things bigger than you constantly.
Right. So you can either pick a special ability or you can pick 2 quality or 2 upgrades.
What do you guys want to do? The abilities are really cool, but we could also make like our layer secure, for instance.
That one could be handy considering that the ink rakes are looking for you.
Right. Now,
I would take both of them.
it would take both of them to make it secure.
Yeah. But
Okay,
actually,
here's what it says. It's optional. So there's a first level and
I
a
was
second
about to
level.
say, I think there's actually 2 levels of it, but
So what it says is it has locks, alarms, and traps. And on the second upgrade, they include arcane measures that work against spirits.
yeah.
So we'd probably be fine with 1 level of secure for the moment. We could put the other point somewhere else.
Yeah, you could take another thing. Cohorts cost 2. So you could take like 1 cohort, or you could take secure and another one of something.
Or we could take slippery. Or veteran, even. I haven't looked at the crew stuff yet. But some of the other abilities might be pretty handy.
But this is all crew upgrades, right?
Yep.
Why don't we take secure 1 and thief rigging? We're always running out of gear.
2 freeloaded tools or gear.
All right, everyone's got to stop clicking on that thing at the same time. Yeah, it's in 2 free load of tools is pretty cool, or gear. That of course won't count for weapons or armor, but somebody's always bringing in heroin. Someone's always bringing heroin.
I guess I wonder who it is.
Right.
I don't know.
I've had climbing gear a couple of times now.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. You had. So that one could be good too.
I'd be down with it.
Or we could upgrade our tools.
What does documents do?
So all those quality things just mean whenever you bring those things, they are a higher quality. So they'd be fine. Which
there's a weapons one.
Yes, there is a weapons one.
That seems really handy since we fight tier 2 or higher games all the time.
All the time.
So basically, it just increases your effect whenever you're using those things, whatever those things might be.
All right, my new vote is for us to get an infirmary next.
But there's a perfectly good drug den right there.
But infirmary.
I don't get it.
I don't know if you noticed, but we're full of stab holes.
Could we combine the two? Could we?
I'm playing on
I
it.
think you could. I think you could.
Right.
It's fine. I've already got one down there. Just kind of sop up that blood and sit there.
If I have to. How about 1 point of secure and put
But the other
I'm
one,
sorry, I lost you. What was that?
1 point in secure and the other point in weapons?
You and your weapons.
Hey, you know what? If my weapons had been doing, standard this whole time or even great, we might not be in this predicament.
That could be true.
And every single adventure has led to a fight. Well, that's not true. The one with the ink rake did not. But it almost did.
Fine. Did I just say that is fine? But the next time we're taking tools.
That's fine. I'm just saying, we don't face anything less than tier 2. Which means all our stuff is limited.
Yeah.
Let's do that then.
Okay. So weapons at 1 point of secure. Which gives us security against non-spirits.
Okay. That sounds good.
We're doing all of this while we're unconscious.
mm-hmm.
No, you hired some workers before you
Went on this mission.
went on this mission. Plus, you've gathered all those red sash swords.
That's
So
true, we
really,
have
it's really you're just distributing the weapons,
All right, you can have these 2 red sash swords.
Right. Right. So, all right, we will call it there, I guess, and pick up in 2 weeks.
Alrighty.
So, good day to you people who aren't watching live,
Good day.
but who are
Bye.
watching
Good day.
on YouTube.
I said good day.